What's up, folks? This is the Nazgul. As you know, I like landing on carriers. So today we're going to do this with the bear with canards, the Su-33 Flanker D. The importance of this fighter for the DCS is huge. For many, he is the first plane that can land on a carrier. We will do this in two ways, one approaching directly to the carrier using the ILS system, another following the pattern used in the F-18. Feel free to ask, give your suggestions, and also your like and subscribe. At the end of this video, I will say more, but I can anticipate that the Members Club is active. Stay tuned. So, let's go. Go to Instant Action and Caucasus Map.
This mission starts with your aircraft on final approach for landing. You may land immediately or enter the pattern for multiple approaches. There are no threats.
So this is our beautiful fighter, the Flanker D. Before we start, let's check our controls and see which commands we can use in this training. Always is good to check the axis in the first missions. Now, I'll show you some commands which we can use, mainly if we are beginning in this plane. The first is Key 1, which is used to select navigation modes such as route, RTB, and landing. Other controls are landing gear, flaps, tail hook. The auto throttle is very useful for those who don't have much experience. So, press key 1 until landing mode is selected. The Flanker's instrument landing system works this way. The objective is to place the small circle inside the large circle. To do this, we have to place this cross inside the big circle. The big circle has the function of showing us what we have to do to place one circle inside another. Here we have the light panel that shows us whether the gear, flaps, and tail hook have been activated. On the HUD again, there are these two information. This shows us the speed we have to be. This other one, the altitude. So let's start the landing procedure. Like I said, we have to put the cross inside the big circle. So we will put one circle inside another, and then we will intercept the ILS system. As we are below 500 kilometers per hour, we can activate the landing gear, flaps, and tail hook. Attention here. Russian aircraft use kilometers per hour for speed, meters for altitude, and kilometers for distance. When we activate the flaps, notice that the flanker puts nose down. Close to 300 kilometers per hour, we activate the auto throttle, so we have less things to look at. Note that when we direct the aircraft to the right, to direct the cross towards the large circle, this naturally approaches the cross. Don't worry about the small circle. Following the big circle, it will take us straight to the small one. Okay, that's it. Now we have to keep like this until landing, making small adjustments to speed and direction. Don't chase the small circle. Intuition makes us want to do this. Just keep the cross inside the big circle. The system is saying that the ideal speed is now 260. We will turn off the auto throttle and turn on when at that speed. One tip is to activate the auto throttle 10 kilometers above ideal. This is because the flanker system takes a while to respond. Just keep looking here. You don't need to look at the carrier. Keeping the indicated speed, you also don't need to take care of the angle of attack. Probably when we land, we'll be at the right angle. Three kilometers. The speed is good, and we are on the way. Everything is okay. Train this landing mode first. Once you have experience, then you will be ready to try to land using a landing pattern, similar to that of the F-18, which I will show you later. Keep looking here. At this distance, half a kilometer, I use the stern of the carrier as a reference. I try to keep these two lines close. Full power. Don't brake. Use the throttle to avoid going back. Retract the hook to free the cables. Also retract the wings to take less space on the deck. Done, guys. Landing on the aircraft carrier is one of the coolest things to do in DCS. Don't stop trying. Now I'm going to show you how we can land our flanker using the standard procedure used in the F-18. Check out.
This mission starts with your aircraft on final approach for landing. You may land immediately or enter the pattern for multiple approaches. There are no threats.
Okay, folks. In this procedure, different the previous one, we have to descend to an altitude of 240 meters. Why 240? The standard procedure starts at 800 feet. As flanker uses meters as a measure of altitude, to convert 800 feet to meters, we have to multiply by 0.3. So, we converted quickly and arrived at an approximate value in meters. We also have to reach the speed of 700 kilometers per hour. Why? Because the standard procedure is done at 350 knots. To quickly convert and obtain an approximate value, multiply by 2. If you want, you can also use the auto throttle to maintain the desired speed. Done. We are at 240 meters at 700 kilometers per hour. Let's stay the course of 305. In this approach, we do not use the ILS system. It is done under visual conditions, so we don't need to worry about the symbols on the HUD. Make sure the deck is clear. Now let's wait to reach 3 kilometers of distance to make the break. Check out the speed and altitude. Prepare. Brake. Turn off the auto throttle. Here, we don't need to pull very hard. Less than 500 kilometers per hour, activate the landing gear, tail hook, and flaps.
Gear down. Gear down.
Now, we want 125, of course. The speed indicated by the systems is now 330 kilometers per hour. If you want, you can use auto throttle again. In this part of the procedure, we have to be approximately 180 meters of altitude, which is equal to 600 feet multiplied by 0.3. This is one of the most difficult parts. Don't try to be too precise, but try not to go below 180 meters and not much below 300 kilometers per hour. Crossing the stern, start the base turn. This inclination, 30 degrees, is fine. Check the speed and altitude all time. Here we can go down a little, 150 meters, but not less. We're close to getting into the groove. We go down and slow down slowly. Now close to 260 of speed. In this final, if you want, you can use the ILS system, placing the cross inside the big circle. Double check the speed, ensure we are not too slow. Welcome aboard. That's it, folks. We have reached the end of this video. Don't forget to give your comment, your like, and subscribe to the channel. Great news! The Members Club is active. For those who are curious, click on the Become a Member button, and you will be able to find out how to join and what benefits there are. Doing this will greatly help the channel's growth. Think about it. Thank you very much, guys. This was the Nazgul, and see you in the next video. See ya.